Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are cracking a classic math code, the greatest common factor, or GCF. Yeah, I know, that name sounds super formal, maybe a little intimidating, but trust me, think of it as just a simple puzzle. And by the end of this, you're going to know the secret to solving it in a snap. Let's do this.
All right, so let's put our puzzle right on the table. What is the greatest common factor of 20 and 10? Now, maybe you saw that and the answer just popped into your head, or maybe you're kind of staring at it blankly. It honestly doesn't matter where you're starting from. We're going to walk through this together.
And here's the deal. In just the next few minutes, we're going to break this down so completely that solving problems just like this one, it's going to feel totally automatic. You won't even have to think about it. You'll just see the answer.
Okay, first things first. Let's translate that name. Greatest common factor sounds way more complicated than it actually is. It's just some math jargon for a really simple idea.
Okay, so here's the official by-the-book definition. It's the largest whole number that can divide into both 20 and 10 without leaving any remainder. Now that's technically right, but it's also a little dry, isn't it? I think we can make it make more sense. Let's try an analogy. So imagine you're a builder. You've got two sidewalks to tile. One is 20 feet long and the other is 10 feet long. Your job is to find the biggest possible square tile that will fit perfectly on both sidewalks, with absolutely no cutting allowed. That tile size? That's the GCF. See, we're just looking for the biggest piece that fits into both. Simple.
All right, now I'm going to let you in on a seriously powerful test-taking trick. Before we even try to find the right answer, we're going to get rid of the wrong ones. This is, hands down, the fastest way to narrow things down and feel confident, especially when you're on the clock.
Here is the golden rule, the one thing you need to remember. A common factor can never be bigger than the smallest number you're working with. Just think about our sidewalks. Could you possibly use a 15-foot tile on a 10-foot path? No way. It's just too big. It's logically impossible.
So let's use that rule right now. Look at our choices. Could the answer be 20? Nope. It's bigger than 10, so it can't be a factor of 10. Get rid of it. What about 30 or 40? Way too big. Eliminate them both. And just like that, without doing any real math, we've already figured out the only possible answer left on the table is A, 10.
Now, even though we've basically solved it already, I still want to arm you with a full toolkit for any GCF problem that comes your way. You can think of these as different tools for the exact same job. You just pick whichever one you like best. Our first tool is the good old factor list. Think of this like you're sorting Lego bricks. First, just write down all the numbers that divide evenly into 20. Then, do the exact same thing for 10. Now, just look at your two lists. What's the biggest number you see on both of them? Yep, it's 10. It's simple, and it's always reliable. Okay, tool number 2 is for the chefs out there. We're going to break these numbers down into their prime ingredients. So the recipe for 20 is 2 2s and a 5. The recipe for 10 is 1 2 and 1 5. Now, what ingredients do these two recipes share? Well, they both have a 2 and they both have a 5, so you just multiply those shared ingredients together, and what do you get? 10.
So those first two methods will work every single time. They're solid. But for this particular problem, there's an even faster way, a kind of ultimate shortcut that lets you skip all that work. So what on earth could be faster than those methods we just went through? Well, the secret is actually hidden in plain sight, right there in the relationship between our two numbers, 20 and 10.
Here's the entire shortcut. Ready? Just check if the smaller number divides evenly into the bigger one. That's it. That's the whole thing. For our problem, you just ask, does 10 go into 20?
Yes, of course it does. 20 divided by 10 is 2, a nice clean whole number with no remainder. And anytime you spot this, where one number fits perfectly inside the other, you're done. You have found your answer.
The GCF is simply the smaller number itself, 10. No lists, no prime ingredients, just one quick check. If the smaller number divides the larger one, it is the greatest common factor. It has to be, right? Because no number bigger than 10 can be a factor of 10.
Okay, let's lock all this in. I want to make sure you know exactly what to remember the next time you see a GCF problem out in the wild.
So here are the most important things. First, that elimination rule. A factor is never bigger than the smallest number. Second, always check for that shortcut first. Does the small number divide the big one? It will save you so much time. And finally, if you ever get stuck, just think back to the analogies. Are you looking for the biggest tile, the biggest shared Lego, or the common recipe ingredients? They'll all get you to the right answer. And now it is your turn to try this out. What is the greatest common factor of 16 and 32?
Don't overthink it. Just apply that ultimate shortcut we just learned. Does the smaller number divide the bigger one? I know you've got this. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.